2 years into his seemingly pointless crusade against crime, Bruce Wayne is beginning to wonder if he's making a difference. Meanwhile, a psychotic serial killer known only as the Riddler begins targeting Gotham City's corrupt politicians in an attempt to bring the city's dark side into the light. With the help of the enigmatic Selina Kyle, Bruce pursues the Riddler and uncovers some dark truths about his family's history in the 2022 action thriller The Batman. I'm Connor Eyzaguirre,
I'm Colton Jenkins.
and this is Filmgazm. Welcome to the Filmgazm podcast. It's been 2 years since the release of The Batman, give or take a few months. I remember this hype train like it was yesterday. Each trailer was glorious, making us believe this was shaping up to be the definitive big screen Batman adventure. And you know what? It just might be. I wanted to revisit this film on its own without the hype surrounding it to see if it holds up on its own. Colton, do you think The Batman holds up on its own?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I think, hot take, I know, The Batman is the best live-action Batman movie we have.
Woo!
Yeah.
It's high praise.
I even did my research. You know, I used to always say I think The Dark Knight is just it's fantastic. I have always thought it's just a little overrated. I don't think I'll stand by that, but I will right now tell you how I feel about it. Right now, just nip it in the bud. The Dark Knight is one of the best movies ever made. It is a wonderful superhero movie. I don't think it is a great Batman movie.
Why not?
It does not feel like Batman. I feel like in The Dark Knight, the main character is the Joker, not Batman. I don't like Christian Bale's Batman. I think you said it, and I agree. It feels like a gangster movie.
Hmm.
It feels like a modern crime movie, and I don't like it. He's not Batman in that movie. He is blank slate action hero. Dark Knight.
Hmm. That's a divisive take. I disagree with wholeheartedly, but to each their own.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Dark Knight's not my favorite Batman movie either. I think it's an amazing movie and it's phenomenal. I watched it last week just to see. Every few years, I think, like, was it really that good? And then I watch it and I'm like, yeah, it was. But my favorite on screen. All right, this is a good place to go into this. So we've had many different iterations of Batman on the big screen. We've had Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
Not counting the undisputed GOAT of Batman, Kevin Conroy, may he rest in peace. Who, to you, of those live action actors, portrays Batman the best?
Live action?
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
And the reason people say that he's not good, he is the perfect Batman because Batman is Batman. Batman is not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
This Batman is still learning to be Bruce Wayne. Wonder Woman, when, she throws the lasso of truth around Batman and says, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm Batman." He's not Bruce Wayne. He's Batman. And in this movie, the movie's called The Batman.
Yeah. I do love that this to me, this one especially seems like the first movie to get that there is no Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne died when his parents were killed.
Yes.
Batman is what's left.
Yep, exactly. He's still new, the whole we'll talk about it later, but he doesn't seem like, world's greatest detective yet, but he is fucking getting there. He, everything that he does in this is perfect. I love at the beginning of the movie, after the first time we see him on the night out, he's rubbing the makeup off of his eyes, which again people said was stupid. No, it's not. Every Batman wears eye makeup because They would look stupid if they didn't have it. So like, he's sweaty, his hair is messy. His hair is also long because he doesn't have time to get a haircut because he fucking sleeps all day.
And he doesn't care. He doesn't care
No, he
about his
doesn't care.
hygiene. All he cares about is the crusade. Bruce Wayne is something he has to wear during the day so people don't, so people leave him alone. It's not a
Yes.
persona yet. It's not a human being yet. It's not a mask yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Christian Bale's Batman wakes up at 3 p.m. and I was like, "Oh, Alfred, bats are nocturnal," and then starts doing push-ups. This Batman probably gets maybe 2 hours of sleep a night. And the rest of the time, is he doing push-ups? Yeah, I'm sure he's doing fucking push-ups. But he's writing shit down. He's watching the footage of the night before. He's studying everything. And that is why I think he's the best Batman. That's why The Dark Knight doesn't feel like a Batman movie. Because Batman is he's the same reason I like Spider-Man, but like all the way up to 10. He is slowly destroying himself to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's like what Batman to me is all about. Like when he takes the contact lenses off and his eyes are so bloodshot because he's so tired. Incredible.
Yeah. Well, Batman's my favorite superhero specifically because he's just a guy who wants to do the right thing no matter what stands in his way. Like you can't stop Batman because he's the literal personification of perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. Even Superman, the most powerful being in the universe who cannot be killed for the most part, is a little afraid of Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And that everyone like people, gods, aliens, kings, queens, interdimensional freaks, they all respect Batman.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. I love this guy. Every iteration of this character brings a little something different to the table, and they're all great in their own way. Even the ones that we all consistently shit on. We were just talking before we started recording here about the positive side of Batman that George Clooney brought to the role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
he's like modern Adam West.
yeah, it's all Batman, and it's all just such a great character. On paper, this character sounds ridiculous, but
But
when when executed, man, it
yeah,
works.
it's not because in order to be Batman, you have to be completely consumed by it. And learning to like go through that and live with that is exactly what Robert Pattinson does.
Yeah,
He is absolutely, without a doubt, in my opinion, the best Batman we have.
nice. Um, yeah, I think if we're just talking Batman, not Bruce Wayne, Pattinson wins it by a mile.
Hmm.
If we're My favorite on-screen Bruce Wayne thus far is still Michael Keaton. Uh,
Yeah, Michael Keaton's good.
yeah, and I love his Batman as well. I think all Pattinson's Batman really has to do is, download a Duolingo account and learn some Spanish, and he'll be
Okay.
100%.
I have to talk about why that part doesn't piss me off. Is it Matt Reeves' fault? Yeah, probably 100%. Absolutely. But this Batman, first of all, like I said, I know, he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, but he's not yet. He doesn't have superhuman intelligence. He's still learning shit. I don't know why he wouldn't think to like learn fucking Spanish, but maybe he does know Spanish, but he just thinks the Riddler's a fucking idiot.
It was just such an unnecessarily complicated
It
addition to the
was.
story.
It was completely unnecessary, but again, it also shows how much he trusts Commissioner Gordon. Because Commissioner Gordon was like, "Hey, his Spanish is bad," and Batman was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so it's more of a bonding moment, and gives us a little bit more Penguin as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
not.
love that fucking part. Come on, no, we'll talk about it. But yeah,
All right, so that wasn't my question. That was just kind of an improvised, like, let's talk
oh,
about this. So my question to you,
mhm.
throughout all the Batman films, TV shows, cartoons, comics, he has had a plethora of enemies. Maybe the greatest rogues gallery in comic history. And my question to you, who is your favorite Batman villain? And you cannot pick the Joker.
Oh shit. Okay.
We all
Um,
love the Joker, but let's get creative here. There's more.
There's I don't want to just do what I usually do. It's like, oh, there's a lot. Um, I love the Riddler in this movie. Um, I really, really like Bane.
Mm.
Honestly, I really like Bane. I've always liked Bane. Bane is cool. I don't think Catwoman counts. This is a really hard question. Fuck you. I wasn't prepared.
Well, here, I'll go ahead and shout mine.
Okay.
Um, Joker's cool. I think Joker, when done right, can be an absolutely terrifying force of nature. But my favorite Batman villain has always been Two-Face.
Yeah.
And specifically because he is so goddamn tragic. I love the idea of someone as noble as Harvey Dent, who truly wanted to help this city, being transformed into one of its most evil bastards
Mm,
simply because he, bled the wrong pockets. That's so great. And the idea of like his obsession with duality, making, decisions based on the coin, sometimes doing good things because the coin told him to. Being a slave to the coin is such a fascinating concept. And his design is
yeah.
always so freaky looking. I
Hmm.
love that in every iteration, they always manage to splash him with acid right down the middle. Love that. Uh, yeah, Two Face is just brilliant. I think Aaron Eckhart did a really good job playing him in The Dark Knight. I love that version of Two Face being driven by, losing the woman he loved and it driving him insane.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'd love to see a proper Two Face. I mean, I want to see a kind of a combo of Tommy Lee Jones with the coin and Aaron Eckhart with the performance. Like I want something in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm hoping with the new, Batman Part 2 or 2 or 3 or, wherever Matt Reeves is going in the future. I really hope Harvey Dent is a part of that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't come up with any. There's just so many. They're all good. I think he has like probably the best rogue. Yeah, like you said, best rogues gallery out there. Mr. Freeze is incredible. He's tragic, so fucking sad. I don't really think he's a villain.
He's he's a he's a villain, but he's not a bad person.
He's doing bad things for a kind of a good cause.
All he wants is to save his wife. That's all he
Yeah,
cares about. He doesn't care who he has to destroy, whoever gets in his way.
yeah, yeah.
All about saving Nora.
Hush
Um,
is cool just because of how fucking creepy that is. That he wears people's faces. That's fucking that's horrifying. I'm thinking about it, and I know it's like stupid, but I think one of the coolest villains in like Batman, like media, not comic books, Arkham Knight was really fucking cool.
I mean, it was just the Red Hood. I mean, it was.
Okay, so I guess that Red Hood would be, but like that's fucking crazy. That's Batman's failure. That's completely by him.
You know how that went down in the comics originally?
Uh-uh.
So Jason Todd was the second Robin behind Dick Grayson. When Dick Grayson, grew up and became Nightwing,
Yeah.
Jason Todd was the replacement. Readers in the 80s hated Jason Todd. They thought he was this like little whiny bitch.
Mm.
So DC let them vote on whether or not to kill him off. And they voted overwhelmingly to kill him off, and Jason Todd was killed by the Joker with the crowbar and all that. Years later, when they introduced the Red Hood, they brought Jason Todd back in secret and made him like revamp the character as a vengeful Robin who wanted Batman dead for abandoning him, which was so smart and led to one of the best tragic villains in his rogues gallery, villain anti-hero, depending on how Jason's feeling any day of the week.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Damn. And now he's like a favorite. Like the story of what Joker did to Jason Todd is like brutal.
I can't believe they've never done a live action Under the Red Hood movie. How epic would that be?
They could with Robert Pattinson, they 100% could.
Yeah, if they introduce Robin in the next movie, have him get like killed by Barry Keoghan at the end, and then in the third one, he's the Red Hood. There's your story.
Just imagine, because I assume in the next movie he's going to be a better Bruce Wayne and learn how to like deal with both of them.
Yeah.
Imagine realizing that he has created Red Hood and that he failed.
Mm.
what he's gonna revert. Like he's gonna revert back to what he was at the beginning of this movie and some.
Yeah. Oof. There's potential there for a really good story. I know that I was reading up on possibilities that Matt Reeves has been toying around with for the villain of part two. And I guess the name that keeps coming up the most is Clayface.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. Grounded.
Maybe they won't. I mean, it'd be kind of neat if they just go from grounded to shape-shifting mudball man and didn't really address it. But the
Yeah,
comics do all the time. Sometimes it's a burglar. Sometimes Batman's on fucking Apocalypse taking out Darkseid with Superman. You know,
yeah.
you never know.
I mean, it wasn't like this one wasn't completely grounded. It's just he's just newer Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing I like about him and not Christian Bale. Is Christian Bale is like, oh, I'm rich, I can do all this, but like Robert Pattinson is still rich. He can do whatever he wants. Don't get me wrong, but like his shit feels like he still worked for it and designed it himself. Like his Batmobile is he used to apparently there's a book. I haven't read the book that goes along with it. It's like a prequel,
Mhm.
but his car he went on like drag races.
Yeah. Well, he's wearing sneakers. Like this is not
Yeah.
Wayne Tech,
Yeah, I know.
Lucius Fox ain't building this suit. But also, if you have Wayne Enterprises at your disposal, why not use it? Uh, I do like that Christian Bale's approach to Bruce Wayne was, I'm going to be so much of a dick, no one would ever suspect me
Yeah.
being like me of being
I
Batman.
did I did like that. That was cool. I really did like that. I don't like his voice.
Yeah, that's pretty much what everybody agrees is his worst contribution to Batman lore. Where are the other drugs?
Where were the other College Humor has such a fucking funny skit on that.
Fucking Badman with Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
Love those.
Yep. Yep.
Do you see the one where he's interrogating the Joker and he goes into a room with just some random clown who got drunk at a birthday party and thinks it's the Joker?
Yes. Oh,
Uh,
that's
yeah,
great.
those are awesome. Um, my only question about Mr. Freeze is why did he suddenly decide to abandon his doctorate when he became a supervillain? Why is he not Dr. Freeze? He's a doctor. If I became a doctor, even if I ended up turning to a life of crime, you're still going to call me doctor.
Dr. Freeze is probably like a TikTok doctor that freezes moles off or something.
Yeah, but Mr. Freeze came like that character's created in like the 40s. He started as Mr. Freeze. He could have started as
I
a comic.
know, I know. I thought that would be a funny joke, but I guess not. Whatever. Fuck me, I guess.
Do better. No, you're probably right. It's just funny to me that like what just because you're Robin Banks, your education doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm a learned doctor.
I mean, look at Professor Pig. He kept it. He's a fucking nut, but he kept it.
That's funny.
That guy scares the shit out of me. Professor Pig is one of the most disturbing comic book villains of all time, and I really hope he never makes it into a movie because frankly, I don't want to see that. He's too
Yeah.
scary. Ah,
All right, I have two questions for you.
okay.
The first one is kind of about Batman. So there's like been talks about a Commissioner Gordon show.
Okay.
Do you feel like that's needed at all?
No, I don't.
No, because this case is so hard. I wonder what we're gonna do. Hey, call fucking Batman.
Well, explain to me how a show focused on the GCPD is not just Law and Order.
Yeah,
It's just a cop show. Like there's no just because it's in Gotham. They did that. It was called Gotham and it sucked.
yeah,
Thankfully, Reeves apparently decided to turn that into an Arkham Asylum show instead, which is a much
Oh,
better idea.
oh shit. Okay, well then let me change my question really quick. What does Batman stand for more in your opinion?
Hmm.
What is his, I guess, analogy? What does he stand for? You know what I mean? What is Batman, if that makes sense? Like
Hmm.
Spider-Man is responsibility.
Yeah. Superman is hope.
Yeah. What is Batman?
Batman is fear.
Is he though? Because I think he learns in this movie it's not about fear. I mean, he learns that in Batman Begins.
It's
Fear
not
is
about
not the only tool.
it's not about vengeance, but it is. I think it's very much about fear. He, at least to the bad guys, to the people of Gotham, I think he represents change,
Mm,
or at least the hope for change.
mm.
Batman is what Gotham can be, but it won't ever be as long as people like Carmine Falcone and Poison Ivy and
I'm like,
Bane and Mr. Freeze and all these assholes continue to destroy their city.
yeah, I like that. He's literally. I love the title of Dark Knight because that's what he is. He is a knight.
Yeah. He's the he's the the like the last resort hero. He's
Yeah,
when you absolutely cannot fix this, you call Batman
yeah,
because he's going to fix it.
absolutely. He is Gotham City.
I think that a good solution, I don't think this would work on like Clayface or any of the villains with like real powers, but since he won't kill, I think he should give all of his enemies a straight up spinal.
Wow,
Crack him in half. That'll solve it. You break Joker's spine, you make him a quadriplegic, a lot of these crimes stop. He's
that's
not
fun.
dead, but his quality of life ain't great either.
He goes to visit him. Where'd you get the idea to break my back, man? I don't know. I just feel like another version of me would have liked this.
I feel like Bane walks past him in that moment and is like, oh, and then like walks away.
um, all right, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
You motherfucker. Can you all right, can you repeat that, please?
Yes. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
I have no idea. I'm terrible at riddles.
An echo.
I had a feeling it was an echo, but I didn't say nothing. I should have said something. Well, now I feel good and embarrassed. Thank you very much.
You fucking idiot. No.
I would fail so miserably as Batman, not just because physically I'm like a marshmallow compared to him, but intellectually, I fucking suck at
Yeah.
riddles, and Riddler
Yeah.
would I'd hate him the most.
I love that about Riddler. The fact that he literally his only purpose is to make Batman crack.
Yeah.
That's it. That's his not in this movie, but that's it.
I read that there was a graphic novel or a comic where Riddler somebody told him that Bruce Wayne was Batman, and he straight up refused to believe it. He was like, "No, of course not. That's ridiculous. He would never be Batman. Batman is somebody selfless who only cares about others. Bruce Wayne's a prick with all that money. There's no way." So he knows, he just doesn't believe it.
That's fucking funny.
It's such a narcissist move. It's like I didn't figure it out, so that's not true at all.
I just realized most of Batman's villains have a problem with Batman, not Gotham City.
Well, most of them are mentally ill and keep breaking out of the hospital trying to make them better.
Damn. Is Joker right?
In what way?
Should Batman just kill him? Because that's all the Joker wants.
Yeah, but if Batman ever does that, that's
Joker wins.
that's the end of Batman. Like once Batman breaks his rule, even though he breaks it in the films constantly, uh, if he ever breaks that rule, there's no more Batman. That's what separates him from the rest of these psychos is he won't kill. I love like one of my favorite things about the Killing Joke is that whole speech he gives about that Joker gives about how the only difference between him and Batman is one bad day. Like that's all it
Yep.
takes to turn
Yep.
Batman into the Joker. And that's
Because
just
they are the same person. They are. I don't know about like Matt Reeves, but in the comic books, from what I do know, I'm not like a huge Batman comic book guy. But yeah, they're the same person, just different morals, really.
I read this graphic novel from a couple years ago. It's called Three Jokers. It was revealed that throughout the entire run of the Batman comics, there have been three Jokers.
Yeah, I like that theory. It's a different person every time.
Yep.
I like that.
One of them's the clown, one of them's the criminal, one of them's the psycho.
Hmm.
And they all take the job when needed. And Batman finds out, and in the end, like two of them are killed, but you don't know which two, and you still don't know who the last Joker is. Like which one was it? Because they all take on traits of the others when needed, and it just made the whole thing so much crazier.
I think I saw somewhere too that it's like it's a shit ton of Jokers. Like it's different. Like it's a fuck like different people, and that's why every iteration of Joker is different because it is a different person.
I saw one where it was Alfred.
That's insane.
He needed to give Batman something to fight when he was first starting out, and it just got wildly out of hand.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's great. I love their dynamic, and I hope we get to see. I think Barry Keoghan is a very interesting choice for the Joker, and I really hope we get to see that interaction a little bit more down the
Yeah.
road.
I'm in it.
Hmm. Cool. Good questions. Um, let's talk about the production of the Batman.
Yes.
Digging into this is not what I expected to find. This movie was an accident for the most part, which
Hmm.
is kind of crazy. My main source for this episode is Vengeance in the Making, a making of featurette available on the Blu-ray. I also used IMDb trivia and Wikipedia to fill in the gaps. So, to start, the Batman, as we know it, was never supposed to happen. The original plan for this film was another entry in Zack Snyder's DCEU starring Ben Affleck's version of Batman.
Ugh.
Exactly what I said.
So one of my friends is like, oh no, Ben Affleck is the beginning of Batman versus Superman is literally straight from the pages. But Ben Affleck is just a shitty bat. I don't care if it's straight from the pages. It's not good.
I don't care if it's, if you're just making, I don't want translation. I want adaptation.
Yeah.
I want you to care about the story you're developing and put some care into it and not shove every character you possibly can into a 2.5 hour underdeveloped, lukewarm movie that pissed everybody off.
Yeah.
I don't think that's too much to ask. I've seen it done before, so but I'll never understand the obsession behind the Snyderverse. It was shit. There were like two good movies.
Yeah.
Am I the
It
only
was
one who
bad.
sees this?
It was bad.
It was. Wonder Woman was good. The Suicide Squad was good. The rest of them, not really.
Yeah. Suicide Squad was not good. The Suicide Squad was good.
Yeah. Everything else, the Snyder Cut was not bad. I didn't think it was this revolutionary marvel of filmmaking, but yeah, it was. I've bitched about the Snyderverse enough. I don't like giving him more time in my life to stew. I just don't.
Mm.
Um, so Affleck himself was supposed to direct this. The
Oh
villain,
wow.
yeah, it was supposed to be his movie. The villain was supposed to be Deathstroke, played by Joe Manganiello, who pops up at the end of Justice League to start the Injustice League with Lex Luthor. Oh yeah, we were all so excited about that.
Uh,
And production was supposed to start in 2016 after Affleck had finished Live by Night, which was a just really bad gangster film that nobody really cared about. The original script took some inspiration from the Nightfall comic and the video game Batman Arkham Asylum. Deathstroke planned a mass breakout at Arkham to wear Batman down before fighting him in the streets of Gotham. Deathstroke blamed Batman for his son's death, and this was his long awaited revenge. The film was also going to explore the death of Robin, which had been hinted at in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. So that was the plan. Give Batman a solo movie, which, you should have done before introducing
yeah.
him against Superman, so we understood who this was and why we were caring about him. But, hindsight's 2020. Uh, that sounds like a cool story. I would that Batman
Yeah,
versus
that sounds
Deathstroke. That
yeah.
sounds pretty sweet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The title was revealed as The Batman. Affleck began to have reservations about directing it, stepped down in January 2017, though he still intended to star in it and produce it. He said he couldn't get the script where he wanted it to be, didn't think he would love working on it, and wanted the director's chair to go to somebody who would love working on this. In truth, the fallout of Justice League and Batman v Superman and everyone pretty much saying, fuck you for stepping into the shoes of Batman, started to wear him down, and he started to feel really insecure.
Mm.
Yeah. Which I get. Replacement options poured in. The most likely candidates to direct the Batman became Ridley Scott, which would have been interesting.
Yeah, no.
Matt Ross, who I don't know who that is, sorry. Gavin O'Connor, who Affleck had worked on The Accountant, also did the movie Warrior. Interesting
Okay.
choice. George Miller, fresh off Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay, that would have been interesting.
Denis Villeneuve.
Oh, well, I'm glad he didn't do this because there might not be a Dune.
That's right. Fede Alvarez, who the Evil Dead remake and Don't Breathe were his big ones. So maybe more horror pointed Batman.
Okay.
And finally, Matt Reeves, who ended up getting the job. And he was just finishing up War for the Planet of the Apes and was able to convince Warner Brothers to let him finish making that before he started working on this. And he was the guy.
Yeah. What a
Uh,
weird. You wouldn't look at Planet of the Apes and be like, this guy needs to make a Batman movie.
no, I'm just after watching Dawn and War, I remember thinking this guy's a fucking hell of a director.
Dude, yes. Oh my God. Especially War.
Yeah, that movie's great. Spoiler, we are going to be doing one of those three movies next month when Kingdom comes out. So I haven't decided which one, but we're Rise, Dawn, or War is going to be done. Reeves was a lifelong Batman fan, convinced Warner Brothers to hire him in February 2017. They sent him Affleck's script, and Reeves immediately tossed it.
Oh shit.
Yep. Said it wasn't the Batman movie he wanted to make. Reeves only agreed to take the job if he got complete creative control.
Oh,
And
fuck.
the executive who he was talking to liked the cut of his jib and gave him complete creative control.
What? He was like, "You got balls, kid. Deal."
Yeah, it was like that scene in Ted where Ted is insulting the manager's wife, and he's like, takes guts to say that you're hired. Like it had that kind of feeling.
Hmm.
And also in the middle of crafting your own extended universe that isn't going that well, and you decide, I'm going to let this guy just do his own thing. It's not very smart. I mean, it was a good idea. I'm glad they did that, but it's not a very smart decision on their part to do that.
It was a big risk.
Very. I mean, it paid off. And it's like the best movie DC's had in years. So maybe they should just stick to letting people do their own thing. I don't think
Yeah.
they're not very good at keeping it all together.
Yeah. Kevin Feige, James Gunn, Matt Reeves.
Reeves started writing his own script. He was initially going to keep the film in the DCEU with Affleck, but later decided, nah, he's going to focus on Batman's early years as a budding vigilante, plan to cast a younger actor. I love that he started playing ball and then he's like, fuck it. And
I love the fucking gall of that, though. He's like, "You want me to make a Batman movie? Yeah, sure. All of you are fired. I'm taking over."
it is fun. Like it's almost like a Batman fan saw what was about to happen and thought, I have to do something about this. So he got the job, trimmed the dead weight, and did the movie he wanted to do, the movie that he felt we deserved.
He said, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Yeah.
You don't need it. You don't need it. He said, "Can I have the script? Thanks." And they took it and they started ripping pages out. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, no. I'm just making a few adjustments." And he's like pulling every page out. He's like, "Just a few adjustments."
I was reading this article about this guy who he called customer service for Comcast and he was on hold for 4 hours. And he said, fuck it. He applied for a job at Comcast, got hired, fixed the problem that he was going to call for, and then immediately quit. It was easier to do that than to call customer service. And that's what Matt Reeves did. Instead of, bitching, he was like, I'm going to get that job and I'm going to fix the problem.
You know what it is? Have you seen a picture of him? Do you know what he looks like?
I don't actually. Let's see.
It's his mustache. His mustache is what gives him the power.
Oh boy. Yep. He's got BGD or BGE, Big Gordon Energy. So after all this went down, in August 2018, Ben Affleck went to rehab for his alcoholism. It looked unlikely that he would ever be reprising his short-lived time as Batman. He later would briefly in the 2023 box office bomb The Flash, along with Michael Keaton, getting everybody else's hopes up for a crisis movie and getting nothing in return.
Thank God.
I liked The Flash. I thought it was
I
fun.
haven't seen it. I gave up with the DCU. When James Gunn is doing it, I'll try it again.
I wanted to see Keaton back in the role. That's the only reason I saw The Flash, and he didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
Um, Affleck explained that many different factors contributed to his decision to walk away from Batman. A lot of shit happened to him all at the same time.
Mm.
There was his divorce from Jennifer Garner, the troubled production of Justice League, his lack of enjoyment in the role due to fans just constantly calling him an asshole, and his alcohol problems all kind of happened at once.
Yeah.
The experience of making Justice League, particularly Affleck said it soured his interest in the role since it involved his divorce, frequent traveling, competing agendas, and the death of Zack Snyder's daughter, Autumn, I'm sorry, who killed herself during production. That's why Zack Snyder had to leave and Joss Whedon took over, and we got this kind of half-assed abortion of a movie that Zack Snyder then felt the need to redo his way with that 4-hour bloated thing. So
Yeah. I don't think it's completely Ben Affleck's fault, but he just wasn't a good, just in my opinion, he wasn't a good Batman to begin with.
I think that casting him was risky because
Yeah.
when as soon as the announcement was made, everyone immediately remembered Daredevil.
Yeah.
And you it's tough to cast an actor who had already fucked up once with a famous superhero and giving them another chance. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you get, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool or
Yep.
Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, Chris Evans as Captain America. Sometimes it works, but
Yeah.
it does not always work. And with Ben Affleck, it did not work. He said that he had shown a version of the Batman script to a friend who said, quote, I think the script is good. I also think you'll drink yourself to death if you go through what you just went through on Justice League again.
Right.
So he had to leave Batman behind for his own sanity, basically.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of him smoking and he just looks so fucking over it?
Yes. Yes.
I wonder if that was during this.
I don't know, but he went back to his ex J Lo, and they seem happy, but I can't imagine they are,
Mm.
or he is anyway. I mean, he keeps bouncing from Jennifer to Jennifer. Kind of weird. Maybe
Yeah.
date a non-Jennifer, see how that kind of lifestyle does you. Watch him dump Jennifer Lopez and start dating Jennifer Lawrence. That'd be hysterical. Reeves's version drew heavily on the classic Batman story, The Long Halloween, which features Batman hunting a serial killer called Holiday. He chose the Riddler as the film's villain, modeling him largely after the Zodiac killer.
Yes.
Yeah, if you look at the one police sketch for the Zodiac killer, it's Edward Nigma in this movie. It looks
Yeah.
exactly like him.
Glasses.
Yep, the hair, everything, the 1,000-yard stare. Ugh. Who would have thought that the fucking Riddler, the riddle me this, riddle me that, who's afraid of the big bad bat, would evolve into one of the scariest fucking movie villains of the 2020s, man. Like, how do you make Riddler intimidating? You give him to
I
Matt.
know. I know I read too deep into things, and I know if you're a huge comic book nerd, I'm gonna state the obvious here. Because I used to think like a clown, that's fucking stupid. A Riddler, that's fucking stupid for a bat effects. But again, it represents all of their agendas. The Joker is a clown because he makes a mockery of, the fucking
System.
Yeah, the system. Two-Face is Two-Face because it's the duality of mankind and how backwards and two-faced it is. And the Riddler just all it does is he forces us to ask questions if we're all doing the right thing, which I know is obvious, but
Yeah, I agree.
that's what this one does the best.
Well, this Riddler is very much I'm tired of the way things are, and someone has to be held accountable for it. But the math, like him and Batman are fighting for the same thing, but their methods are so grossly different that it's, It's very clear who the good guy and the bad guy is here if you have a soul.
I don't think their methods are different. I think that's the point of the change at the end. I mean, Batman obviously isn't a fucking serial killer,
That's what
but
I'm talking about. Yeah.
okay, yeah. They're both vengeance. And then Batman realizes when that scene when he sees the other Riddler guy, he realized, oh, he's a because he says, who are you or something. And he's like, oh, we're vengeance.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, okay.
Because Riddler was inspired by Batman, and Riddler then inspired all these other shitheads. So it's trickling down. Batman's crusade had the wrong effect, and now he's got to kind of deal with the massive consequences of that.
Yep.
And the way to do that is to become the Batman. He's not Batman until the end of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say he's not Batman until the end. I truly think he'd never. I don't think I could be wrong. I know I literally just fucking watched it, but he never refers to himself as Batman until the very end. I don't think he ever does. He calls himself Vengeance. His vigilante name was Vengeance.
Yeah, it's Riddler who calls him the Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he takes that.
hmm
Yeah, Riddler. Nigma, or I guess is his name Edward Nashton in this movie.
I think so.
Yeah, well, fuck that. He's Nigma forever for me. Um, Nigma is really good at naming people. He came up with Riddler. He came up with Batman.
hmm
That's a good skill. Maybe he can find work in doing something with that. Um, so the short list of actors to replace Affleck as Batman. There were not a lot of names considered. Uh, the big ones were Aaron Taylor Johnson, Kick-Ass.
Let me look up a picture of him.
He's the current front runner for James Bond, which is very interesting.
Hold on a minute. I just fucking. This is crazy. I'm sorry to do this right now.
Yeah.
He's the fucking guy in Bullet Train.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gay, but he can fucking get it. I didn't realize that was him. I didn't realize that was Kick-Ass. Holy shit. Is he actually British?
Yep.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yep. He's
He
British.
would be a good Batman.
He was the chubby thief kid in Shanghai Nights. He's been around forever.
No, he was not.
Yeah. Little Charlie, that was him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He would be a good Batman. I'm not gonna lie.
Nicholas Hoult, also considered.
No.
He's about to play Lex Luthor, so I guess we'll see.
That's a good casting. I kind of like that. I hope he can be gentleman. He can be conniving. Yeah.
Give us the, intelligent, calm, sophisticated, cool Luthor and not Joker again. It's not always got to be the Joker.
Give us Kevin Spacey without the pedophilia.
Oh, speaking of uncomfortable people, Armie Hammer also considered.
Yeah. Imagine he fights like a cannibal villain and is like, it's okay. Sometimes.
The only reason he ended up turning down the role is because they would not allow him to put a particular cut of meat on the craft services table. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why he turned down the role. And then finally,
probably because he had timeshares to sell.
I think he lost that job.
God, I hope so.
Last I heard, he was crashing with Robert Downey Jr.
No, Robbie, why?
Because he gives second chances to everybody because of all the shit he's been through.
But imagine giving second chances to a cannibal.
I don't know. I know that a lot more shit has come out about in regards to private messages he was sending people. He's gone forever. We're never gonna see Armie Hammer on the big screen again.
That's insane.
Yeah. And he's lost all that baking soda money. I'm not even kidding. He's part of that family.
No, he's not.
He really is. His family owns the Arm & Hammer baking soda company. That's why his name is fucking Armie Hammer.
That's fucking funny.
Finally, the main contender was Robert Pattinson. He ended up getting the part. He was the first choice. Despite trying to distance himself from big budget project after starring in the Twilight franchise, Pattinson was a longtime Batman fan himself and was very interested in the part. And when he was cast, same fucking outrage happened again. Batman fans were like, "Are you kidding me? You go from Affleck to the Twilight guy.
Okay, I want to know what Matt Reeves saw in Pattinson. I have to know what he saw.
Good time.
It was a good time
It was
because
good
I
time.
was the same way. I was like, there's no fucking way Edward is gonna fucking play. And then I saw Good Time and I was like, oh fuck.
For me, it was the Lighthouse.
Yeah, I did that. I did Good Time and then The Lighthouse. And I was like, hope he's Batman.
Yep. Well, fans started a change.org petition to have him removed from the film. Like they went that far.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Thankfully, Hollywood never, ever, ever, even once has listened to any of those.
Yeah, no.
In fact, I don't think anybody has ever. Government, local government, like
No.
nobody fucking care. It's for people to act like they have a voice. They don't.
They changed Sonic.
Okay. Sometimes it works.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. Thank God. No, they don't change that. You don't get Sonic 2. You don't get Sonic 3. You don't get the Knuckles spinoff. None of that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So Pattinson was totally fine with the fan backlash. He felt being an underdog meant there was little pressure on him to succeed. And he could focus more on his performance than pleasing people.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he has been dealing with haters for quite some time.
Yeah. It's funny. I like watching interviews with him when he's like talking about, and they ask him about Twilight, and he's like, I fucking hated it the whole time. Even like interviews while he was like doing the movies, he was like, he's like, see it if you want, I guess.
Well, first, it's Drek. First of all, that he got, he signed up for 5 and was stuck with 5.
Yeah.
But also, he was engaged to Kristen Stewart before she cheated on him. So that's also a very, probably personally dark time for him as well.
Oh shit, I did not know that actually.
Yeah. So I don't know if he was engaged to her. I know they were dating like seriously. I don't know if they were engaged, but I know that she cheated on him with the director of Snow White and the Huntsman.
That's funny.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a lot of good memories attached to Twilight. I get it.
Yeah.
Christian Bale supported his casting, as he remembered similar backlash when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker. Everyone was like, really? The goofy guy from 10 Things I Hate About You is going to be the Joker? And then it came out, and everyone was like, no one will ever touch this role again because of how sacred this has become thanks to Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Which is, it's true and false that.
Mhm.
So we all remember how iconic that performance ended up becoming. While Pattinson was working on Tenet, he received some Batman advice from Christopher Nolan. So he kept getting, back and forth advice from all the people who have been involved with Batman, which I'm sure
That's
helped
cool.
him. Let's talk about the rest of the cast. Jonah Hill was the original choice for the Riddler.
Weirdly, I can see it.
I can't. I just keep thinking of Brundon from Night at the Museum too.
He was good in War Dogs. He was good in War Dogs and what's the Wolf of Wall Street?
He was, but I don't see. Like, I look at those and I don't think like, oh, this guy could play a real sadistic Batman villain.
No, it would have been a different type, but Riddler he could play.
Well, he wanted $10 million.
Oh fuck, dude! Jonah Hill is a fucking prick. Apparently,
I love how quickly you turned there.
no, whoa, just because someone could be good at playing a role doesn't mean that I think they're a good person. Okay,
I know it was just funny the way that worked out. I was like, I think he could do it, and then $10 million, like fuck that guy. It was just so quick. To put that in perspective, Pattinson was only getting 3.
Oh
So
God.
you don't, unless you're like Marlon Brando or Jack Nicholson, the villain or a side character does not get more than the hero.
Yeah.
Hill dropped out. Matt Reeves cast Paul Dano. The rest was history.
What a fucking expert stroke of casting that was.
Dude, Paul Dano. I had known about his work prior to this. I'd seen There Will Be Blood and Little Miss Sunshine.
Hmm.
But this was, I didn't know he could be this intimidating. His Riddler is pure fucking evil, just terrifying. Like the beginning where he's just hiding in the mayor's like
His eyes when
room.
he's just like watching.
When he's on the phone calls and he just randomly starts screaming. Like this is an unhinged, crazy son of a bitch. I would not want to cross. I'd rather deal with the Joker than this guy.
Because yeah, the Riddler has like actual
Yeah.
issues.
Joker will kill me with some acid. Riddler's going to torture me till I give him the right answer to the riddle,
Yeah.
which, as we learned earlier, I'm not going to be able to do.
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz was cast as Catwoman after beating out Ana de Armas,
Hmm.
uh, Zazie Beetz, Alicia Vikander, Hannah John Kamen, and Natalie Emmanuel.
I know none of those people.
Okay, I'm gonna
Weirdly.
I'm gonna point out stuff from all of these people's filmographies that I'm pretty
Okay.
sure you've seen. Ana
Okay.
de Armas, Knives Out.
Okay.
She's Marta who can't lie
Yep.
without vomiting.
Okay.
Zazie Beetz, Domino in Deadpool 2.
Smash. Smash.
Okay. Uh, Alicia Vikander, Ex Machina. Do you see that?
Smash.
Okay. Hannah John Kamen was Ghost in Ant-Man 2.
Smash.
Okay. Does that mean you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. And Natalie Emmanuel was Missandei in Game of Thrones.
Was who?
Daenerys Targaryen's translator.
Smash.
Okay. See, I knew you knew all those people. uh, she was a big Batman fan too. Drew a lot of her performance from Michelle Pfeiffer's performance as Catwoman in Batman Returns.
Yo, Michelle Pfeiffer, man.
Smash.
First of all, yes, smash. Second of all, I might get shit for this, but I think she was a better Catwoman. She was a great Catwoman. Holy shit.
I'm gonna be controversial here.
You're gonna say Anne Hathaway.
No, I don't think they've ever gotten Catwoman right.
So they haven't. The best Catwoman is the one from Arkham, I think.
Yeah, I think
Michelle
Zoe Kravitz comes the closest.
comes close to that, but I love Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
I like her performance. I like the moments where she's being like a badass bitch with the whip.
Yeah.
I really don't like the moments where she thinks she's a fucking cat.
See, but that's again, Tim Burton's movies had a vibe and they fucking ran with it, and she fit that perfectly.
I agree with that. I love Batman Returns. I love DeVito's weird, horny penguin sack guy. I love that. Also, not very true to the character, kind of weird.
No, not at all.
But Catwoman, just when she's like licking herself with the latex and like eating a bird and shit like that, like, come on, it's too much.
I like that. I think it's weird shit. Honestly, I think that could work in Battinson universe.
I guess we'll see. I mean, I kind of hope not. I don't want to see Zoe Kravitz giving herself a bath. Well,
Really?
All right, never mind. Bad example. Bad example. God damn it. Colin Farrell was cast as the Penguin.
Fucking immaculate.
Dude, yeah, I got a lot to say about Farrell. He modeled his performance largely after the character of Fredo Corleone in The Godfather.
Okay.
Not Michael, not Vito, not Sonny, fucking Fredo,
Hmm.
which is a bold choice, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, he modeled himself after the shithead, the idiot, the traitor. And also, I love that instead of casting an ugly fat actor, they just cast Colin Farrell and made him ugly and fat.
Yeah.
Seems kind of mean, frankly. I mean, he was great, but there are some people who just look like that.
Fantastic. Killing of a Sacred Deer is probably the movie that did it.
Probably, yeah. I can see a bit of this penguin in his character from In Bruges.
I have not seen that, but I know what you're talking about, weirdly.
Dude, you gotta watch In Bruges. It is hysterical. One of the funniest gangster movies ever made.
He's in The Gentleman.
Coach. Yeah.
He's funny in The Gentleman. Man, I fucking love that scene when they're in the fucking restaurant.
Grown-ups fight with their heads.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Charlie Hunnam about the Chinese guy that they kidnapped, fuck. I die every time. All right, fuck, calm the fuck down. Oh my god. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Barry Keoghan was secretly cast as the Joker with the intention to include him more in future films. They said that he was playing a random GCPD officer in order to disguise it. And then Keogan's brother tweeted somewhere like, "Oh my God, my brother's playing the Joker," and the cat was out of the bag.
Um, I fucking love that. Everyone's like, they gotta stop doing the Joker. They're doing too many Jokers. No, they're not. No, they're not. There's been three. Jared Leto doesn't count. Fuck him. There's been Heath Ledger. There's been Joaquin Phoenix, and now there's Barry Keoghan. There's not too many. There's more Batmans, I would argue, than there are Jokers.
Well, regrettably, you do have to count Jared Leto. It's
Okay, but that
unfortunate.
wasn't done right. That wasn't done right.
He was awful, but he's still there.
Barry
And
Keoghan is such a fucking good. As much as I want Crispin Glover or Willem Dafoe to play Joker, Keoghan is fantastic.
Crispin Glover, dude,
Yeah.
it would have been great.
Yeah.
Would have been impossible to get him back for a sequel, but it would have been great. Um, if you count the Gotham show, we've also had Cameron Monaghan playing two different characters who were the Joker. So
I haven't seen it. Was he good?
he was great.
Really?
So what they did with his character, I'm going to spoil it because it's not a great show, and frankly, none of you need to watch it. I know you think you do, you don't. Um, he plays a character called Jerome Valeska for most of the show's run, and he's this nut job who cackles at everything, cut his face off and stapled it back on.
Oh,
He's he's the Joker. They couldn't legally call him the Joker for reasons. I guess certain parties own the TV rights to Batman and the Joker, so they couldn't really use those characters.
oh, okay.
They could use Bruce Wayne as much as they want, and they could use a guy who smiles all the time and call him something else. Then around season 5, Jerome Valeska falls off a building. He's dead.
Oh,
And who do they introduce that same episode? Oh, look, it's his twin brother we've never heard about, Jeremiah Valeska.
okay.
And he's sane and completely fine and normal. And Jerome's last gift was a potent delivery of Joker gas that transforms Jeremiah into another guy with white face paint and green hair who wears a purple suit.
Why would they kill someone off just to literally reintroduce the same character?
Because this show ran out of ideas in the first season and recycled constantly.
Okay.
This guy, Jeremiah, later falls into a vat of acid, wakes up or is in a coma for 10 years, and then when a bat vigilante shows up in town, he suddenly goes uncomatose, calls himself Jay. And it's just a lazy fucking show.
Okay.
Yeah, but his performance was fantastic. Cameron Monaghan, with the right script, could have been one of the best Jokers ever.
Yeah.
But I think we can all agree the definitive Joker is Mark Hamill.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Conroy and Hamill were a match made in fucking heaven.
I think I've said this before. I think the Arkham games is the finale to Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah. I think it's like their end.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
I mean, Joker dies at the end.
Yeah. Then we get his cool like hallucination form as he takes over Batman in Arkham Knight, which was a great story device.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. Now, did you play it? You
I
beat it?
did. I played all of them.
Okay. Is Batman dead?
No, of course not.
Okay. What is it? What is Nightmare?
What is Night? Well, Project. Oh, like at the end, the like. I
Yep.
think it's Batman using Scarecrow's fear toxin.
Me too.
To get people to be afraid of him again.
I think he did that. He uses that, and I think that's it. I don't. This is crazy, I know, but I think he finally did what he did. He doesn't need to be Batman anymore. The fear gas does it for him.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah, or it's Jason using the fear toxin and continuing Bruce's legacy.
It could be him, but I think Bruce Wayne. I think Batman is dead. Bruce Wayne is finally allowed to chill for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I would have just called Superman and been like, "Can you revolve around the Earth once so I can erase that Scarecrow told everybody my name?"
That's funny.
Okay, so yeah, and then Jeffrey Wright was cast as Gordon, which
Good
another-
casting.
great all around,
Dude.
great casting. Andy
Yeah.
Serkis is Alfred.
Oh,
I mean, God. Uh, yeah, John Turturro as Carmine Falcone.
yes. Yes.
You know what really bugged me in Batman Begins? Everyone called him Falcone.
Yes. Yes. It's not. It's Falcone.
Falcone and Ra's al Ghul. They kept saying that. It's Carmine Falcone and Ra's
Race.
al Ghul.
Yeah.
Did they not have one Batman fan on that set who could have said something? Anyway, I mean, I remember when the trailer for Venom came out and they were saying symbiote and everyone freaked the fuck out. So Sony redubbed the whole damn movie. So they said symbiote.
Oh my God.
Where were those people in '05? Anyway, production was halted by COVID, which delayed the film to October 2021 and then again to March 2022. This thing kept getting pushed. We kept getting more trailers. The hype just got crazier and crazier and crazier. I mean, it just felt like a 3 year long cock tease. I was really hoping we were going to get to
Yeah.
finish at the end of that.
The the first time the first teaser trailer, I remember it. It was just his suit. It was just showing his suit and him in it. God damn, with the music.
The second trailer I remember was very bare bones because they hadn't filmed a lot yet, and it was just like some clips of Bruce Wayne at the memorial to the mayor, and then like some candid shots of Batman and the scene where he beats the shit out of the guy in in his introduction, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that scene, I was like, "Oh my God, that's Batman right there."
Yeah,
That's
it did not take
um,
much. Then the second trailer where he like there's a fluid thing that he does where he's fighting the bad guys, where I was like, fucking hell, that's awesome. And as the
yeah.
music swells, like these people fucking get it. Like these guys get Batman.
It's the physicality of Arkham Knight Batman with the detective of animated series and Justice League.
Yes. It's the best of
It's the best,
best elements of every Batman were poured into this Batman.
except Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, but we're getting there.
We're getting there. He has to, people don't understand. He has to learn it. This is wild. People are gonna hate me. If you if you do not think The Batman is a good Batman movie and you claim to be a huge Batman fan, you are not. I am sorry. In my opinion, you are not.
Well, I'm not going to go that far. People have their own, individual tastes.
There's no way that you can be like, oh, I'm a huge Batman fan, but Robert Pattinson, awful, terrible Batman. How? He is the best of all Batman.
I don't know, but there are people out there. I do have some letterboxed reviews where people are not kind to this movie.
They call him edgy.
There's a lot of that.
He's Batman. What do you?
Despite rampant production delays, fan outcry about Robert Pattinson, and a lack of connection to the DCEU, which pissed off the Snyder obsessives, The Batman was a phenomenal hit and the seventh highest grossing film of 2022.
Mm.
It made $722 million on a budget of $200 million, which is pretty fucking high. Jesus Christ. Will you people rein it in already? Just for kicks, I thought we'd take a look at the top 10 highest grossing films of 2022. These are not the films I expected.
Oh, okay.
Number 10, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
But dude, that movie fucking slapped. Oh my God.
That movie scared the shit out of me, dude. The big bad wolf, like
Coolest villain.
Jesus. The
Holy
whistling.
shit.
That movie
Yes.
fucking ruled.
That was so good.
Ah. It made 481 million. Remember,
Wow.
this was right after COVID was starting to kind of wind down, so people were still a little apprehensive about going to the movies. Number 9, Watergate Bridge, which is a Chinese movie.
Say, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know it. Made $626 million.
Oh,
Yeah. Number 8, Thor: Love and Thunder.
okay. Yeah. I mean,
760 million. I haven't seen it since I saw it at the movies. I haven't really wanted to watch it again.
I haven't seen it.
Huh.
That's it.
Oh. It's not great. It's too goofy. Christian Bale is completely wasted as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was great, but he's like in a different movie.
You know he's British?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Don't worry. After Batman, like most when he was doing the press tour, most people didn't know he was British.
I mean, I saw him in American Psycho first, and then I saw him in Batman, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I didn't know he was British."
He's a very good actor. He's very, very good. Number seven, the Batman, 772 million. Number
Mhm.
six, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever,
Okay.
859 million. Number five, Minions: The Rise of Gru,
Okay, that's interesting.
$940 million.
That's interesting. I
I don't even
wonder.
remember that being in theaters.
Yeah,
Number four, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, 955 million.
mhm.
See, people talk about Marvel being dead, and then I remember that, those numbers.
Yeah,
Number three, Jurassic World Dominion, 1
yeah.
billion.
That's interesting. Okay,
People love dinosaurs.
rar.
Number two, Top Gun Maverick,
Okay, yeah,
one
yeah.
point 1.5 billion.
I was a skeptic, and then I saw it, and I was like, okay.
Yep, me too. I had no intention. Back then, we were doing the sneak preview on the podcast channel. There's a show where we watched everything that came out and shoved it into one episode a week. It was a bad idea, and I regret doing it. But at the time, I was very much like, I'm not doing Top Gun Maverick. I'm not giving Tom Cruise a satisfaction. I'm not talking about it. I'm not going to go see it. Fuck it. Then I saw it because I was bored one day and thought this movie's fucking phenomenal, and immediately sung its praises. So, don't bitch about a movie you haven't seen. That's the lesson.
Yep.
And number one, I still don't understand this. Avatar: The Way of Water, $2.3 billion.
I get why that's the number one grossing movie of 2022, but I don't think it deserves that.
Explain to me why this is the why this made almost as much as the first Avatar, despite like a 13-year gap and a incoherent, not that great story.
What you just said,
13-year gap.
13-year gap.
Usually, when there's that long a gap, people lost it. People have lost interest.
No. People when he created a whole entire new CGI underwater. It was filmed underwater. 13-year gap. Why did this movie take so long? That's why. That's why.
I didn't like it.
I liked it.
I didn't like the first one either. I don't like that world.
I liked the first one.
I find them lazy.
They are very lazy. Let me rephrase. I like looking at them.
They look great, but I want more than that,
Yeah.
Beauty is skin deep, my friend. I know plenty of internally ugly people and plenty of internally ugly movies.
That's true. I want to drink the water.
Yeah. I want to bone the blue people
That's fair. Where would you put their tail?
wherever they want.
Do they have normal reproductive organs
I mean, they get pregnant, so probably.
through their hair?
I guess. I mean, they're wearing loincloths.
That's true. Okay. All right. You got me there.
Yeah. I think it's weird that they can genetically, like humans can make a genetic duplicate of their bodies, kind of, but close enough that they can mate with the natives. It's a weird.
Huh. Yeah.
The whole thing is so. I don't like Avatar. I don't. I wanted James Cameron to fail so he would get a blow to his goddamn ego because he has had nothing but giant successes his entire career, and it has made him a smug son of a bitch.
Hold on, you don't think the world is interesting?
Not really.
So what you just said about humans creating a duplicate of a race and then that person becomes like their leader, you don't think that that's interesting?
It's a white savior trope.
It absolutely is, but that's like the point of the second movie.
Okay, so
It's his fault.
I thought it was lazy to resurrect Stephen Lang.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I
Like,
agree.
hey, future me, in case you're looking at this, I'm dead. Why don't you go give him hell for me? Like, come on, give us a new villain. Give us something
Yeah,
new.
okay.
Are
All
they?
right.
What's with this immaculate conception bullshit with Sigourney Weaver? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't need like now. I'm getting clone bad guys in Space Christ. Come on, stop it.
Oh, but it's okay with Dune.
Yeah, because Dune is told well. Dune earned it. We're just getting this jihad started.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's the top 10 of 2022. It's an interesting bunch of films.
Yeah.
The Batman was nominated for 3 Oscars at the 95th Academy Awards. Best Sound, which it lost to Top Gun Maverick. Best Makeup, which it lost to The Whale.
I mean, yeah.
And Best Visual Effects, which it lost to Avatar: The Way of Water.
I mean, yeah.
I am stunned this wasn't up for Best Original Score.
I'm stunned. Yeah, that and Best Actor.
That there have been 3 instances of somebody being nominated for an Oscar from a comic book movie. 2 of them were The Joker.
Okay.
One of them was Angela Bassett in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It does not happen a lot.
Did you see this movie?
All right, that year I was pulling for Brendan all the way,
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay.
and I'm so happy he won.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right.
Uh, Score though, Michael Giacchino did the score. Isn't it crazy how many iconic Batman themes there are? There's Adam West, no, 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 Batman. Like that's become iconic. There's Danny Elfman's epic score from the Burton movies. Elliot Goldenthal's score
I
from the
thought you were
Schumacher.
gonna. I thought you were gonna hum them all. I was getting
Oh, no,
excited.
we all know what that. I'm not gonna hum. We know if you're listening to this, you know the Batman music.
Na-na-na-na.
There you go. All right, you do it.
Well,
There's the Goldenthal theme from the Schumacher films.
I don't remember that. If I'm being honest.
Da, 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 da.
Oh,
That one. That's kind of coming into its own. And then there's Hans Zimmer, his awesome score for the Nolan trilogy.
go on. No, I'm just kidding.
And no, I'm not doing it. In fact, Affleck's the only one who doesn't have one.
Yeah, that's true.
But Giacchino really killed it with his Batman theme. It's subtle. It grows into this epic orchestral score, and it's pure Batman.
It's kind of like the na 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 na, but like slow down and lower.
It fucking is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah.
I love that. Well, Riddler's theme is Ave Maria on a different key.
Man, yeah. Fuck, man. The music is so good in this movie. I don't care. It's memed, but the something in the way.
Oh, dude. Uh, yeah, we're gonna get to the music. We're gonna get to the music.
Yeah.
Almost done. So the Batman has an IMDb score of 7.8, Rotten Tomatoes score of 85%, audience score of 87%. Critics' consensus reads a grim, gritty, and gripping super noir. The Batman ranks among The Dark Knight's bleakest and most thrillingly ambitious live action outings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. With that, let's talk about this film. Best scene, best performance, best music moment, and best line. Where do you want to start?
Let's fucking do music. We were just talking about it.
All right. Music. Did you go with Batman's theme, Riddler's theme, or something?
Yes, I went both. Are you kidding me? Yes, both.
Oh,
Um, because like it's so subtle, but you hear it and you know that he's gonna fuck shit up, man. Like it sounds like that. Like every Batman theme sounds like their Batman, but this one, just because of how this Batman is, it is scary. It's intimidating. It's so good. I there isn't more I can say that probably hasn't been said.
well, I like that you mentioned that every score kind of reflects their Batman. Adam West he's a goofball, so the music's, kind of ridiculous. It's goofy.
Yeah.
Keaton's Batman, very heroic. It's a very, pulsing, orchestral, da 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 da, like,
Mhm.
the heroes here. That theme was continued with the Schumacher films, a more heroic, less dark theme.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer score is very much like, someone's coming to fuck shit up. Like
Yeah.
his Batman's like a force of nature almost.
This is, yeah, what I was gonna say. I know it seems like I'm shitting on Christian Bale's Batman. I'm not. It's very good. It's just not what I think of when I think of Batman. His reminds me a lot of I'm pretty sure it was intentional, but like kind of like Greek gods, kind of.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Christian Bale's Batman could be in the Justice League.
Yeah, yes, he could, and that would have been really cool to see.
Yeah.
Uh, However, Giacchino's Batman theme, Pattinson's theme,
Yeah.
is Batman from the perspective of the criminals. It,
Yes. Yes.
it's the force hidden in the shadows that could pop out at any moment and break every bone in your body. He won't kill you, but he will fucking hurt you.
When we first see Batman in this movie and he's walking out of the shadows, I'm pretty sure his footsteps are on beat with his theme.
They are. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. But then, like later on, when he takes out the Penguin, that score starts to get a little bit more heroic. It starts
Mhm.
to feel more like, he's becoming less vengeance and more Batman. And I
Oh.
I love that. I hope his theme in the next movie is a little bit more light. Not all the way, but
Still keep it. Still keep that, that
keep it.
but keep it, but like, I don't know, maybe change the instrument.
Yeah, I love it. And then you got Riddler's theme, which is this eerie, haunting choral singing that just sounds like one man's descent into hell.
Um, Let me look it up because it means Hail Mary.
Yeah, Ave Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
reversed Ave Maria,
yeah.
which is brilliant because it's Riddler condemning all in his path who he believes have sinned against Gotham. And it's so perfect for the character. It's so
I
devoid of
mean,
humanity.
I mean, if you like, analytical here, he Ave Maria, Hail Mary, and Riddler like sees himself as like a force. He sees himself as a god, and he caused a flood. You know, like you know,
Yeah.
he's
Ooh.
cleansing Gotham City of the sin.
And the darkness in the shadows is the heroic force trying to stop him.
Yeah,
That's neat. It's a reverse biblical allegory.
yeah,
Ah, cool. I never actually caught on to that. That's really
yeah.
neat. Ah, fuck yeah. And then the use of Nirvana's Something in the Way is just so perfect.
God, when it fucking hit, when I was in the theater and it started playing when he's like motorcycling home,
Mhm.
I was like, this is incredible. This is the best Batman movie we've ever
So,
had.
fun fact, that song is the entire reason this film exists.
What?
Matt Reeves was listening to the radio, Something in the Way came on, and he suddenly started envisioning his Batman movie. Like he pictured a distraught, kind of unsure of himself Batman, wondering if he was actually making a difference. Something in the Way inspired that, and that thought inspired the rest of the movie.
That's crazy because that's how I come up with ideas for movies. I'll listen to music and I'm like, oh my God, I have a perfect that fits like the theme of the song.
Same, same. I recently finished chapter 7 of my new book.
Nice.
We're getting there.
Nice.
We're getting there. Um, yeah, I love all those scenes. None of the other characters really have a theme. Catwoman has kind of a bouncy thing going on, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing Penguin's theme one day. I hope we're getting a Penguin miniseries in the fall, which is going to be great. Get to hear this, the story of the fall of Salvatore Maroni.
Watch it just be fucking the Godfather theme.
I hope it's like a.
It's the Sopranos theme.
I want it to be like a tuba following a fat person because he's waddling around like a penguin, but then he
Okay.
like kills that person, and then it turns into the Sopranos theme. With that performance, so there are a lot to pick from here in terms of performance. Who wins it for you?
Robert fucking Pattinson. Are you kidding me? This is so like this is hard. This is hard. but I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Best Batman we've ever had by a mile. Not close, by a mile.
Yeah, that's high praise.
Perfection. He is a man completely consumed by vengeance, trying to do the right thing. Impeccable. Absolutely beautiful. And
Nice.
also, people saying how his cowl is stupid. No, it's not. Christian Bale's cowl was fucking stupid. Why would you not cover? Why would you only cover? Not his mouth. Fucking stupid. Show his jawline. That's like the whole point. Fucking stupid. I think he has the coolest suit. Apparently, lore wise, you know his bat symbol?
Mm.
Do you want to know what his bat symbol is made out of on his suit?
I think I heard, but tell me.
He melted the gun that killed his parents.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Insane.
I could have sworn Christian Bale's cowl showed his jawline.
No. I'm gonna be really upset if I just said all that and
I think every Batman has shown their jawline.
there's no way. No. It showed his chin, but it stopped like here, like in the middle of his cheek.
Okay, I've got a big ass poster of Pattinson's Batman right in front of me. So I got a nice. Okay, I see what you mean there. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that I never get bothered by the like the semantics of it. I'm more focused on performance and
Me
story.
too. People said his fucking forehead looked too big. Yeah, it's Batman. It's a helmet.
People love to bitch, man.
They really do.
Um, yeah, Pattinson's fantastic. I had to give it to Colin Farrell because
Yeah.
you cannot tell that's Colin Farrell.
No, you can't. Not at all.
Born and raised in Ireland, Academy Award nominee Colin Farrell as the Penguin. You can't see it. It's such a brilliant makeup job and a beautiful performance as this, come on, what are you doing? Like,
What are you doing? What are you showing me? Come
it's
on.
Italian gangster. It's perfect. Oz. It's great. It's so great. I wanted so much more of him, and I'm glad we're getting a show.
Yeah, that's so good. I agree. I just give it to Pattinson just because it fucking blew me out of the water, man.
Do you ever watch How It Should Have Ended?
Yeah, every once in a while.
You ever see the ones with Batman?
No.
They always whenever there's a superhero episode, they always end with the superhero in a cafe with Superman and Batman just chatting it up. And Batman always, whenever somebody asks him a question, he always answers with, "Because I'm Batman." And that's become kind of like anytime anybody bitches about any detail of Batman, I just want to say, because he's Batman.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. With the video you sent me. Connor sent me a video of the chase scene in this movie, but with every Batman's theme. And I was like, why do these all work? And his response was,
Because he's Batman.
because he's Batman.
Yeah. And I agree with that. Everyone I think everyone in this movie is fantastic. I don't think there's a single weak link.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano's lights out horrifying in this movie and kind of wins. I mean, it doesn't go down the way he wanted, but he almost destroys the city.
I'd say he wins.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just me. My day is ruined if I walk out in the rain. If the city is flooded.
They set up a Mr. Freeze movie so perfectly.
That and Killer Croc. Yeah.
Winter in Gotham after a flood, Mr. Freeze. It works but I guess we'll see. Jeffrey Wright, perfect as Gordon. Andy Serkis, perfect as Alfred.
Open your eyes.
Turturro was fantastic as Falcone. Zoe Kravitz, great as Catwoman. Like everyone's just perfect in this movie. Dialogue. What do you got?
There's a lot. Just I'm vengeance. What the fuck are you supposed to be? Beats the shit out of him.
Dude, the way he beats the shit out of him.
I'm vengeance. Oh, so good.
It's so Jesus. I was, some budding kid being like, "Oh, I'm gonna be in a gang. I gotta beat this guy up."
Yeah.
And then some crazy dude dressed as a bat emerges from the shadows and beats the living piss out of one of the guys I'm with. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for the night.
Yeah. I like right after that how the guy's like, "Please don't hurt me," and Batman's like, "What? I fucking just saved you. What are you talking
Well, in Gotham, it's like in Star Wars in the Phantom Menace when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Jar Jar are in the Naboo Ocean and they're avoiding like giant fish, and then the giant fish gets eaten by a bigger fish, and
about?"
Qui-Gon's
There's
like,
always a big
"There's always a
fish.
bigger fish." In Gotham, there's always a crazier psycho.
Yep, exactly.
Like the guy coming out of the shadows to beat the hell out of those people is not necessarily there to save you.
No.
So I get why he'd be like, "Oh Jesus, now it's this guy." Um, I love at the beginning when Bruce is doing his, sorry, Batman. We never meet Bruce Wayne in this movie. When Batman's giving his narration, talking about like what he's doing, and he's talking about the bat signal, and he says, "When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call; it's a warning
Oh my god!
to
And then
them."
when they start looking up and it's that like the fucking music,
Yeah.
that's a music moment when it starts like going down. Holy shit!
Yeah. Well, I love that, in every other Batman movie, like it's mostly just like, "Hey, we need help, call Batman." But I love that it's up there to as a deterrent. Like maybe, tonight, you sure you want to do it tonight? You sure about that?
Fuck! They're all looking in the darkness and they're like, "Ah, fuck! I gotta get out of here."
That's done very well. I love how this film portrays Batman as like the boogeyman of the
Yeah.
Batman of the Gotham criminal underground.
Next quote I have is exactly that. They think I'm hiding in the shadows, but I am the shadows. So
That reminded me of Bane right there. Yeah.
yeah,
The shadows betray you because they belong to me. Fuck yeah. I want to see this Batman take on a Bane. That would be sweet.
I think Bane's going to be in the next movie.
Is
I
it
think
because of that injection he gave himself?
yeah, I think someone saw that and was like, "The fuck is that? I want that."
You telling me Matt Reeves, a lifelong Batman fan who gets the opportunity to make a Batman movie, does not intentionally make the whatever adrenaline shot that was? He does not. You telling me he made that green on accident?
Yeah, no, that's Venom.
That's Venom, straight up. One of my favorites is during the Batmobile chase sequence, which is fucking my god. Um, it's when Penguin thinks he's won and he starts cackling. He's like, "I got you! Take that, you friggin' psycho! I got you!" And then he gets taken out immediately.
Yep.
I just love he's so excited. It's like, "I did it!" He does. You
Yeah.
can see in his voice like, "I can't believe that happened." Like,
Yeah. Um. This is kind of okay. So this is like the last. I don't. It might be the last lines of the movie.
Mhm.
But he says, I'm starting to see now. I have had an effect here, but not the one I intended. Vengeance won't change the past, mine or anyone else's. I have to become more. People need hope to know someone's out there for them. God damn it, man. That's when he becomes Batman.
I have another one that's around that same time. He says, "Our scars can destroy us even after the physical wounds have healed. But if we survive them, they can transform us. They can give us the power to endure and the strength to fight."
That's fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Not, I own this place now. Or, where are the other drugs going? No, it's that poetic shit.
I love how you keep saying you don't have a problem with the Christian Bale movies, but
I don't. I don't.
those keep being your source of reference for when
I
you're
keep
pissed at
the
a
reason I
Batman.
keep bringing him up is because when people say they don't like Robert Pattinson's Batman, they say because Christian Bale was better. No, he's not. If you want to say Val Kilmer was better, not Val Kilmer. Gee, fuck, I did it again. God damn it. I promised myself I wouldn't call Michael Keaton Val Kilmer, and I fucking did it again. Oh my God. Look, if you want to say Michael Keaton's a better Batman, okay, I will believe that more than Christian Bale. There is no way that you can think Christian Bale is a better Batman than Robert Pattinson. There's no way.
I am going to be Swiss here. Each of these Batmen have their own qualities that are specific and significant to the films in which they are being portrayed in.
They absolutely do. But my favorite is this one.
I that's totally fine. That's fine.
And if you don't agree with my opinion, you are wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm a, this is a for me. This is a 9. The Dark Knight is a 10 for me.
See, like, okay, movie wise, okay, I get that. But Batman movie wise,
Pace,
swap them.
pace. I love Ledger's Joker. I love Two Face's Fall from Grace, and I'm pretty sure Christian Bale's Batman can speak Spanish.
Okay.
Okay, that last part's a joke, but I do. I watched both these films pretty close to each other, and they're similar lengths. The Batman's about 20 minutes longer, but they're in the same zone, and
Mhm.
they're the two because they're kind of considered like the best Batman movies. They're the two that are going to be compared forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love them both. I'm the guy who's eaten a scoop of vanilla and a scoop of chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't pick favorites. I enjoy the buffet.
Absolutely. I feel the same way, but reversed. I think this is a 10, Dark Knight's a 9.
Oh, fair enough. Best scene. We got some options here. There are some great sequences in this film.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and shout out real quick, just a real quick one, but I was blown away first off by how awesome this looks and at how they did it. There's a sequence where Batman's walking through a tunnel and it's lit entirely by gunfire, and
Yes.
they're just shooting at him and it's just bouncing off him. It looks so cool. And they did it with organic light. They actually used gunfire.
What?
Yeah, that scene is shot with no artificial lighting. The only light is using the actual like blasts of the blanks in the gun.
Okay, so it is blanks.
Yeah, they're not actually shooting Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know if it was like CGI or something.
No.
That's cool.
Alec Baldwin was nowhere to be seen on this set.
Well, that's good.
You know, he was almost Batman in the 80s.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, they used blanks because this was a safe set and everyone checked that shit. And yeah, that whole sequence, it looks so fucking awesome. Just the bullets bouncing off of Batman like he's like it's nothing. And he kicks their asses.
I obviously want Batman to win, but like just aim a little higher.
Aim for the chin, right there. You see that
Yeah.
flesh right there? Aim there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part. Um, I think
Um,
the whole introduction of the movie is fucking gold. Just
yeah.
shadows, and you don't know which criminal is going to get Batman tonight. Is it the mugger? Is it the
Drophead.
vandalism person? You know, the people spray painting the courthouse,
Oh, yeah.
or is it the gang the gang about to beat the shit out of this commuter?
Yeah.
And then when you finally know, and he emerges from the shadows, and the music calms down, and they're all like, "What?" Like, and he makes himself known. He's not perfect, you know. He gets some punches,
Yeah.
but he wins.
Yeah, he fucking does.
That's our first appearance of Batman, and it's that was crucial. Every actor, their first scene as Batman sets the tone for their entire ride as the character. And Pattinson, well done.
It reminds me of this is weird, but it kind of reminded me of the opening scene of Logan when Wolverine kills the people in the car. Because every action movie, Wolverine's like, I mean, he's not perfect, but he's like, he's still like a hero. It doesn't really show a lot of blood. It doesn't really show, but in beginning of Logan, he gets the shit kicked out of him, and then he goes and he fucking murders them like violently.
Yes, yes, he does. Yeah, because this is not, this ain't. They're not selling toys anymore. This
This
is
is the Batman.
yeah, this is a very like this movie's so close to an R, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, you got some seriously fucked up death sequences in this movie,
you
especially
really do.
almost like Saw.
Yeah.
So props to, I think remember reading that was the only caveat that the studio gave Matt Reeves. Like, this needs to be PG-13. Other than that, do whatever you want.
It's walking that line.
Uh,
I
yeah.
got it's a small scene. I'll talk about probably my favorite scene in a second, but I really like the scene where the cop is like, "Oh yeah, that's like a carpet tool." I just thought that was really cute, and I don't know. That's
Well, it's
like the
nice.
people finally.
Yeah, it's nice seeing that the GCPD is not just a bunch of idiots who just wait for Batman to show up.
Yeah,
I like that.
exactly.
Yeah, that whole sequence is good. Um, I adore the whole bit with the Batmobile. That whole sequence is so fucking cool.
Fuck yeah. And when you hear it turn on, oh my God.
The fire and the lights. It's
Yes.
like, oh, here we go. And then him chasing down Penguin is so that scene where like the camera's on the wheel and it like jerks to the right and you just see the car fly into the background and like wreck. God damn, was that a good shot?
Who's your favorite Batmobile?
Oh, it's Keaton.
Keaton. Me too.
Yeah.
It goes Keaton and then Pattinson. The Tumbler's cool, but it's just a tank.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't be Team Tumblr.
Okay, God, I don't hate Christian Bale's Batman. You know what? Let me say something good about him right now.
Okay. Anytime.
He's he, he has the coolest gadgets. Um, he doesn't fuck around. He beats the shit out of people. And I like where he uses the training of Ra's al Ghul.
All right. In that sequence where he's like on the train and he tells Raish, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Yeah, he killed him.
He killed him, right? Yeah, that's no.
Yeah, yeah, no.
That's a hell of a loophole, Bats.
Yeah,
And that I mean, with that logic, why not just put Joker on a moving train that
exactly.
you know is heading nowhere and just walk away?
No,
You didn't do it.
fucking
Isn't it
stupid.
interesting that every Batman villain who dies in all of the movies, all the ones who die by fall damage?
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Joker in Batman fell off the clock tower thing.
yeah.
Penguin in Batman Returns fell through the zoo enclosure. Batman Forever, Two-Face falls off the ledge into the watery grave. No one dies in Batman and Robin because it was a kids movie. Batman Begins, Ra's al Ghul, that train falls off the tracks.
Holy
Dark
shit.
Knight, Dark Knight, Two-Face falls off the building. Dark Knight Rises. Okay, Bane's the one exception.
Yeah.
Talia falls off the highway in the truck.
Huh.
They got to keep this going. Like whoever dies in the Batman 2 has to fall off something. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like the
Okay.
one exception to like I won't kill unless I get to push him off a cliff.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, all right, yeah. Keaton's Batmobile. I like that he's got the security system
Hmm.
that somehow the Penguin was able to find the blueprints for. Never
Yeah.
explained that one, do they?
No.
Um. Yeah, Kilmer and Clooney's Batmobile is a joke. I don't know why it's got a disco ball in the front. And yeah, I agree with you that the Bale Batmobile is a tank.
Yeah.
Then you got his cool Bat Pod though. That's kind of neat.
It is cool. Yeah. Another compliment to Christian Bale's Batman. I do like his suit. I don't like his cowl, but I like his suit.
I like that he finally got to move his head.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like their Alfred the best.
Michael Caine, your favorite Alfred?
Michael Caine's my favorite Alfred.
Hmm.
I guess he feels like part of the family.
Yeah. I don't really have a favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite Alfred. I really like Michael Gough from the originals.
Michael Gough was good, but this is weird. I know that he's a butler, but he just seemed like a butler.
Yeah.
I know. Michael Caine feels like he raised Bruce Wayne. Michael Caine feels like oh my fucking God. It's always the Batman episodes.
It is, isn't it? That's kind of weird.
Gollum,
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. He feels like an older Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
Andy Serkis becomes Michael Caine, you know?
I know it's gonna sound weird. I really liked Sean Pertwee from the Gotham series. I thought he was a great Alfred.
He was good. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a badass who like taught Bruce how to fight. Like he was a, golden gloves, like
Yeah.
boxing, in the military. I liked that.
Because there was going to be a Pennyworth show, or was there a Pennyworth show for a
There
little bit?
was. It was like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah,
Nobody gave a shit.
yeah,
Nobody,
no,
not once did I think, I wonder what Batman's butler did in the war.
yeah, no.
If I was gonna, I'm not really a big fan of the circus, but if I was gonna go to any circus, I'd go to an Andy circus.
I like that. Okay, yeah.
Ah, stupid. Um, I think the scene where what was his name? Colson, the DA, gets bombed
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
is so freaky. He just strolls up with, a bomb around his neck and a cell phone taped to his hand, and that's where we
Yes.
really get our first, that's our
That's what
first
I was gonna
meeting.
say. That's my favorite scene, I think.
Riddler and Batman get to meet each other, and it's done so well. And Batman fails. And some
No, I wouldn't say that's Batman's fault at all.
okay, no, okay, true. But a guy blew up in front of him, and he's gonna take that personally.
He is, yeah.
And somehow, no burn marks here on the chin.
On the chin, yeah.
The bomb
Perfectly
was
fine.
2 inches in front of him.
Unscathed, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that sequence is done really well.
I like when he's saving the people at the end of the movie. He uses the flare. The one scene I thought was kind of silly was when he's hanging from the wire and he screams when he cuts it. I thought that was fucking stupid because like what do you because like it's like oh he's like sacrificing himself, but he like what is he once he cuts the wire, the electricity's not like it's not a live wire anymore. No one is in danger at that moment.
Well, I think he screamed because he electrocuted himself.
Like when he cut it.
Yeah. You can't cut a live wire without electrocuting yourself.
Yeah, but like he's fine.
Yeah. But in the moment, he was like, that hurt. I
Okay.
agree that it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. Yeah. But the part when he's leading the people with the torch and he's walking, oh my, it has that like shot where it's like from above
Mhm.
and you just see him guiding the torch. That is motherfucking Batman.
My favorite part of that is when he lifts up the wreckage to and extends his hand, and everyone's like worried, and that kid's just like, get out of the way, and
Yeah.
grabs his hand
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
That always made me laugh. And then they're like, well, all right. And now Batman's a noted hero, or at least they're warming up to him.
He's Batman. Yeah, so like I wonder because like how is he gonna go from this? From at the end of this movie, he's literally like helping the National Guard put people on helicopters. I don't want them to. Another thing I didn't like about Christian Bale's Batman, I don't know if it's like this in the comic books, but like the police, I'm pretty sure like sometimes they work with him.
Well, Gordon works with him because he's the only cop that Batman can trust. The rest, a lot of the other cops are in mob pockets.
Yeah, but like I don't know how they're gonna like do that in the next one. I don't want them to be like get like at the beginning of this movie, like really you trust it? Get out of here. Like in the next movie, I don't want them to. I hope they don't go back to that because that would make no sense.
Well, I mean, Batman has to exhibit some level of anonymity in order to be feared by the criminal underground. If he's like got a badge, or the cops they know the cops work with him from time to time, it's not gonna
That's
be
true.
as scary.
That's true. Yeah.
Like I'd rather get, I'd rather deal with like a deputy than some crazy vigilante with a crowbar who thinks he's doing God's work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. Uh. Okay. Oh, I just remembered another scene. If you want to tell yours first.
Oh, yeah. The last one I've got is when Batman interrogates Riddler at Arkham.
No. No. So good.
It's I love that first off the way that like they set you up by Riddler going like Bruce Wayne, and he's just like, damn, I wish we got him. Like I'm so glad Batman didn't say anything about that.
He was man, that face when he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "How the fuck do you know?"
He looks at the camera like, oh, and then
He's like,
Riddler's
"Shut
just
the
like,
fuck up."
damn, we didn't get Bruce, did we, Batman? Like, and then when Batman pretty much reveals like, no, I don't agree with you. We are not kindred spirits. Fuck you for doing this. And Riddler has like a breakdown.
No. No, 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 no.
It's it's so terrifying, man. Like this dude is completely unhinged. He's terrifying.
He is.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And then later when he talks to the Joker and Joker's like, hey, riddle me this.
Yeah. So good.
You watched that deleted scene they released, right?
Yes.
Mm.
I saw someone, I haven't got back to rewatch it, but someone said that the paperclip that was on the paper that Batman gave him was not on the paper when the Joker returned it.
Oh no. Batman, what are you making rookie mistakes like that for? You don't
If
slide
he's
Joker.
new. He's
You don't
only been
slide
Batman
Joker
for what is
past
it,
him.
2 years? One
Well,
year, 2 years?
regardless of how, I mean, it's clearly been long enough for him to establish a relationship with Joker and lock him up. So he knows who this guy is and what he's capable of.
Joker was his year one villain, which is so cool.
I would love to see that story, like
Yeah, that would
comic
be
book
cool.
or animated movie or something.
Um, oh, also, fun fact about the prequel
Mhm.
book. The reason the Riddler knows the city so well is because he was a DoorDash driver.
You fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I hope that in order to like, I wish he wouldn't give you your food unless you solved a riddle. That's why he got fired.
Oh my God. Um, but another scene I like is again at the end of the movie. It's when he's like lowering that girl onto the stretcher and she grabs his arm.
And he grabs her hand and is like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's so good.
I think to date, of all the actors we've gotten to see play the Caped Crusader on the big screen, not one of them has understood the character of Batman the way that Robert Pattinson does.
Exactly.
And I got to give him those props. Like there's a blend of self-hatred and hope that he brings to the character that nobody before him has done.
Yeah.
I respect the shit out of that. I really do.
A big part of Spider-Man is you cannot take care of other people without taking care of yourself. And Peter Parker is like, okay, you know what? You're right. I'll ease back a little bit. Batman is fuck that. Go harder.
Yeah. I don't matter as much as the next person.
Yeah.
Batman has always been the most selfless hero. He has sacrificed his life more times than I think any other superhero. Even if he's, without thinking about it.
Bruce Wayne doesn't exist. He has killed himself for Batman.
Yeah. From the ashes.
Yes.
It's I love this character, man. A guy, you give me a rich billionaire playboy who moonlights as a dude dressed like a bat who throws boomerangs at people. You pitch that, I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out of my face because that sounds stupid.
What
But
about a rich Playboy billionaire whose parents died and decides that he's going to kill himself and create an alter ego to rid the world of all evil, no matter what it takes, literally?
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It's all in the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that he doesn't kill, but he flings razor sharp boomerangs at people's faces.
Yeah. Even again, I keep shitting on Christian Bale, but like he's like sharpening the batarang. I'm like, that's going to kill someone if you throw that hard enough. What do you?
Oh boy. Yeah, this movie slaps. This is not just a, one hit wonder. We saw it during COVID because we had nothing to watch movie. This is a good movie.
I wish, I don't wish because they don't need it. They don't need it. But I feel like I said, Christian Bale's Batman could be in the Justice League, but also Robert Pattinson's could also. Let me put it this way: Christian Bale's Batman would be in the Justice League, and he would be like young Justice Batman, be like, "Oh, we got to do the right thing here, folks." Robert Pattinson Batman, as soon as he meets everyone, he is making the pro. Fuck, what does he call it? I don't know. The backup protocols for each member goes bad.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember what that was called, but yeah, it was in Justice League Doom. Let me look that up. Justice League Doom. It was called uh
Isn't it called Injustice?
um I guess it's just it's contingency plan. It doesn't have a name.
Yeah, that's right. Contingency plan. Did you know that the only one he can't plan for and the most dangerous member of the Justice League is Plastic Man?
Yeah, you told me about that, and that was
Yeah.
actually kind of scary.
Yeah.
I feel like you give me enough prep time and enough, kryptonite. I could confidently take out Superman.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
No. No. I sent you a picture of a bunch of different people. I said pick three to defend against the rest, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'll pick Superman. I'll pick Super." You even said I'll pick Superman. I think if you have Kratos, you'll be fine because Kratos will like once you're like, "Hey, Kratos, your job is to protect me, no matter what." He's like, "Okay." Superman kills him. No, he'll crawl his way out. He'll find a way to kill Superman, no matter what it takes.
All he's got to do is, I mean, I feel like he could do the Doomsday approach and beat him to death.
Yeah, just yeah.
Yeah. Uh, well, with that, let's take a look at what the people over on Letterboxd have to say on our final segment. What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box? Give me the gun.
The Batman has a 4.0 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Wow.
Yeah. And I lied previously. I have 5 positive reviews. I couldn't find any reasonably negative reviews.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, most of them were just about like boring, too long, nothing,
No, it's not.
nothing with anything to say. This first one's from, and I didn't realize the name of this guy till just now. Connor Eats Pants. I said this movie had some pacing issues. Then a guy with a Batman profile picture left 6 comments explaining how I didn't get it when he hadn't even seen the movie yet. 3.5 stars.
That's funny.
Weird to go to bat for a movie you have not yet seen.
Yeah.
This one's from Puff. Ah, yes, one of Batman's greatest foes, the Redditor. 4.5 stars.
Dude, literally, but I like that they modernized Riddler because that's what he is today. He's a incel terrorist. It's good.
Yeah, a troll weaponizing other trolls. It's really smart.
Yeah.
Guy in a big question mark suit wouldn't have worked well with this movie.
No.
This one's from Alex Coleman. I grow closer and closer each day to saying this is the greatest Batman film. 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I watch this, I'm more impressed by it. This one's from Michael Mann Facts. Things I enjoyed. Batman being ostensibly a pretty bad detective who is really good at riddles. Dropheads. Jeffrey Wright completely selling some cornball dialogue.
Open your eyes.
The scene where he's like trying to like grill Batman in the cell, but is like telling like, why don't you go out that door and punch me?
Why don't you go out the door right
You
there?
gotta get out of
Punch me
here.
in the face and you gotta get away.
Notable imperfection in combat and tactical maneuvers, blunt,
Yes.
brutal, inexperienced Batman.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne's street clothes. Catwoman pouring herself a glass of whole milk.
Yep.
The twins and the recurring "Do you know who I am?" bit. Gotham Square Garden. Bruce Wayne actually living in a big gothic skyscraper.
Mm.
Despite AMC being sold out of the popcorn vessel, a good time at the movies. 4 stars.
What did you not like?
He didn't say.
Okay.
I guess I didn't know there was a Batman popcorn bucket. I should have known about that.
Speaking of popcorn buckets, did you hear about what Deadpool's popcorn bucket's gonna be?
Yes, and I am so happy that is so Deadpool.
For those of you who don't know, it's a flashlight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no really other way to say it here. It's a fleshlight.
Yeah.
Dune did it by accident. Deadpool's doing it on purpose.
Yes.
And this last one is from our very own Austin Johnson.
Ooh.
This is the best live action Batman film ever. It's not my personal favorite because Batman Returns exists, but damn, the Batman is fucking great. I really don't give a shit about the 3-hour runtime because I'm having a blast every second. I can't wait to see where Matt Reeves is going to take this stuff in the future, but for now, I'm super grateful for what we have. Car chase between Rob and Colin is the definition of fucking sick. 4.5 stars.
Yes. I love you, Austin. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he loves this movie more than anybody I know. Like, seriously, he's Batman and Spider-Man are his fucking jam.
Mm.
Now, I was thinking earlier today, and I'm pretty sure I was able to, if I missed anything, let me know, all y'all listening to this. I think there's only ever been 2 superhero movies that have been nominated for Best Original Score at the Oscars. Superman and Black Panther. I don't think any other comic book movie has ever been nominated for score.
Superman. Which one?
The original, the 78 with John Williams.
Oh.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But so many superhero scores are like legendarily iconic. Yeah, like some of the best movie music ever made. But only twice.
I would have, for sure, Avengers.
Nope. No Avengers, no Batman, no Dark Knight, no Iron Man.
Spider-Man?
No Spider-Man, no Captain America, no Wonder Woman.
That's crazy.
Nothing. Pretty nuts.
I will say the guitar of Wonder Woman goes hard.
Dude, I fucking love her. Batman v Superman I thought was a pretty shitty movie, but when Wonder Woman showed up and that music kicked in, I shit my pants. I was like, oh my God. Wonder Woman fights Doomsday? Fuck yeah. That music? Yeah, that was some... Yeah. That's the highlight of the DCEU is Wonder Woman's music.
Yeah, that's about it, though.
It is kind of it, which is sad. You do a DC cinematic universe and you fuck it up so hard they have to basically reboot it in the middle of making it with this movie.
Ugh, yeah.
Oy. Well, that is the Batman. And yeah, I do think it holds up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. If you like what we do, feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Filmgazm Productions. If you want to suggest films for us to watch, you can email us at filmgazm@gmail.com or send us a message through any of our socials. Check out our Letterboxd accounts for daily reviews. You can find me at Connor95. In my friends list, you can find the rest of the team. Check out our website, filmgazm.com, where I have a link to my Letterboxd if you want to read reviews. You can also find articles, trailers of upcoming films in every episode of our show. If you'd like to become a monthly donor to Filmgazm Productions, feel free to click on the link in the episode description. From there, click on Support This Podcast. You can choose to donate $1 a month, $5 a month, or $10 a month. All donations go right back into the show. We really appreciate it. Thanks to the entire Filmgazm team for their contributions to the show, and thanks to you for checking it out. Be sure to check out my new show with Austin, Worth Its Weight in Gold, every Monday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Next week, we discuss a criminally underrated fantasy epic from 2005 that few people talk about these days. Conman brothers Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm make a living fooling ignorant townsfolk and killing fake monsters. However, their scheme catches up with them, and they are forced to confront an actual curse plaguing a German village. Next week, it's The Brothers Grimm, one of Terry Gilliam's most mainstream films. I've always loved this one, and I'm excited to revisit it. I don't know a lot of people who've actually watched this.
Oh, I have, and I'm haunted by it.
It's freaky. It's a really disturbing movie, but not labeled horror. It's dark fantasy.
That's interesting.
Right? It's pretty horrific. But I'm psyched to talk about it next week, to watch it again with a critical lens.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you're a hardened criminal mugging innocent Gothamites at night, be afraid of the shadows and beware the Batman. Take it easy. Keep watching movies, and we'll see you next time.